In the very beginning, wow, there were spools outside to sit on, or like as tables or whatever. And then it was like a bar kind of seating banquette area made out of pallet wood, which was pretty rustic.
The bar was made out of pallets. The bench was made out of pallets, and we didn't have that back section, so it was just a small seating there. And then around where the window is, where the ampersand is now, was just standing sort of bar seating. So
the equipment definitely wasn't like out of spec or like way out of the ballpark, nothing like that, like crazy weird espresso machines or anything like that. But definitely a Linea Classic, no controls, no volumetrics, nothing like that, just like the on-off style, the EE. And then pretty quickly after that, we transitioned to the Case Bender Weston Spirit, which is like still my favorite espresso machine aesthetic.
My first visit to Black and White was actually to the Videri Cafe in 2020. Nicholas greeted me at that window. And I still remember peeking inside the Videri window and seeing the little roaster in the back and thinking the chocolate roaster was the Black and White operations. And it scared me a little bit, if I'm honest.
Back then, I remember that one of those first Geisha Village lots were on. I had that and I had a Burundi. I cannot remember which farm it was, but I do remember the Geisha Village and the Burundi being two coffees that I got to try.
The first coffee that I served on bar was Macava Geisha. That was the first coffee we had on at downtown Raleigh. But before we opened that, had lovely coffees from Geisha Village. When I first started, we had a natural Kenyan coffee from Areti that was blowing people's minds. The first bag that I took home was Geisha Village washed, and I remember thinking, like, I work here and I get to just drink this coffee at my home every day, and this is incredible.
So I think to start out, we had Classic and OG. And then the big one that I remember was the Geisha Village Natural. I don't know if that was on bar, but that was offered to buy. Those are the big three that I remember.
First coffee I ever tried from the Black and White menu was actually the original. And it blew my mind that something that would be considered a house coffee or a kind of humble year-round blend could be so citrusy and vibrant, complex, and sweet. It was sweetness that captured me then, and it's the sweetness of Black and White coffee that keeps me hanging on.
Oh, green coffee. Yeah, I think the first one that was like truly memorable to me was Baridi Natural from Ethiopia. We got that coffee from Cafe Imports, and it was just like this big, like very classic natural Ethiopia, like blueberry, grape candy, like big fruity, maybe a little bit tropical, but like big red fruits and chocolate. It was just, that was like the first coffee that people tasted. They're like, wow, these guys are doing something really different, which was super fun.